Lately, I've found myself drawn to the sight of fallen leaves, especially those that have just landed on the ground. I would gently pick them up, place it on my hand, and take a moment to admire its simple beauty. Regardless if it's lush green or vibrant autumn colors, every rise and fall stirs something deep within me. In their splendor and shifting hues, I caught a glimpse of the universe, eternity, and beauty of life. I work in a public hospital where most of the patients are Caucasians. Before attending university, I had a traditional Eastern upbringing and education. Back then, I naively assumed that there would be vast differences between Eastern and Western cultures, especially in areas like religion, communication, and philosophy. Hospitals reflect the essence of life and human nature. It's a junction between heaven and hell. After 2 months of working, I realized no matter where we come from, whether the East or West, the pain one experiences during parting of life and death is the same universally. I made a conscious effort to let go of my preconceived notions and to care for my patients regardless of their background with the purest heart. A patient I'll never forget was a 95-year-old lady who had once been so optimistic and chatty. But as her health declined rapidly, she became frail and completely dependent on the staff for her daily needs. After spending 3 weeks bedbound, she fell into deep depression, refusing to eat, drink, or even speak. She felt she had become useless and, in her despair, even told the nurses to just dig a hole and bury her already. Time has a way of slipping by in ways we don't always understand. For her, today became another starting point in her life. In the face of death, she surrendered, not just to it, but also the will to choose. Fear, uncertainty, and hopelessness consumed her. Whenever she was awake, she would desperately plead the nurses not to leave her side. The elderly lady's family lived in another city, and although they had been informed of her condition, unfortunately, they couldn't make it back in time to see her. Then, an idea suddenly came to me. I grabbed a piece of blank paper and began sketching the elderly lady in her usual outfit, making sure to include her favorite pair of red glasses she always wore. At the top of the paper, I drew a big shining sun and added her name below it. I showed the drawing to her and gently guided her in identifying the person in the drawing. I thanked her sincerely and told her she brings warmth and joy to everyone in the ward. I guided her gaze upwards and told her that she was like this big, bright, shining sun, warming the hearts of everyone around her, reassuring her that every member of the healthcare team cared for her deeply. I also added that the light of life would always protect and illuminate whichever path she took. With tears in her eyes, she asked softly, "Am I really as good as you all say?" The nurses next to us was moved to tears, but I held back. In that moment, all I could think of was just how I wanted her to be free from fear, to help leave her suffering behind, and for her to find true happiness and peace. As the saying goes, With a single thought, one can step into heaven or descend into hell. This encounter happened during my second year of work when I was still very early in my career. Every journey in life has an ending, and I know many more moments of parting awaits me in the future. Yet, the boundless compassion of Buddha remains my greatest source of strength, for it transcends all boundaries of race and faith. Another example happened on the first working day after the New Year's holiday in 2023, when I was back working in the hospital seeing patients in my usual role. This patient was a middle-aged Caucasian lady who had recently lost both her legs. After our physiotherapy session, she asked me what I'd been doing over the holidays, and I told her I was reading a book. She curiously asked me about the book, and I happily introduced it to her. It was a book written in English. It explores the universe and nature of life through core teachings of Buddhism. Seeing how genuinely curious and interested she was, I decided to give the book to her. Much to my surprise, her love for the book exceeded my expectations. During each of our sessions, she would eagerly share her reflections with me, telling me which chapter she's on, and she liked it so much that she even recommended the book to her daughter. This interaction left a profound impact and moved me deeply. True love transcends race, skin color, gender, religion, and beliefs. It can even break through the constraints of time and space. And this transcendence originates from true nature and true self. Now let me share a third story. My colleagues come from all over the world, a group with diverse background and beliefs, all working together diligently to achieve our goals. On the first Tuesday of each month, we have a department meeting. This happened 2 years after the initial outbreak of the COVID-19 global pandemic. The pandemic not only caused great pain and suffering around the world, but it also forced frontline healthcare workers, patients, and their families to face immense challenges, both physically and mentally, plunging us into deep ignorance and confusion. On that day, as the one leading the meeting, I decided to break away from the usual norms and try something different by introducing meditation to the team. The goal was to use meditation as a method to calm the mind and to ease the anxiety many of us were feeling at that time. We closed our eyes, practiced counting breaths, and focused on the present moment, bringing awareness to how thoughts arise and the influence they have on our actions and emotions. When we are grounded and at peace with ourselves, only then can we work with greater clarity and focus, allowing us to provide the best care for our patients during these unsettling times. At the end of the meditation, we shared our experience and reflections with one another, and I was really grateful for the enthusiasm and curiosity my colleagues showed. Good and evil exist within a single thought. Each moment of awareness arising from true nature is remarkable and unlike anything else, as it transcends boundaries and dispels ignorance, redefining my perception of Eastern and Western cultures and beliefs. Endings and beginnings are always a starting point, unfolding within the turn of a single thought.